Penguinauts, I am the Baby Penguin, and welcome to a Fall of Kerbin extra video. So this video is addressing possibly the second most common request we get on all of our videos, and that's can you add infantry? Second only to can you put tracks on your tanks? And the answer to that is still no for those of you who are new to the series, because we're in 1.1.2 and Kerbal Foundries does not have a working version for 1.1.2. It has a working version for 1.2, but we can't update to that version of Kerbal Space Program because a lot of our mods have not been updated yet. So, what this is the mod called BDFPS, which is an amazing mod, and a lot of people have been telling us to use it, and I have used it in my XCOM series. I will be making episode 2 of that sometime soon when exam period is over. But yeah, a lot of people have been telling us to use this and not actually thinking about how we would use it. I mean, I've used this mod a bit, and unless you absolutely stage everything, the fights between infantry aren't particularly interesting at all. Like, walking around with this little guy, dragging his gun around with him, and the sten's not even working properly. If I unequip it, so you're meant to usually put their arms up like that and then equip it, but then it goes all weird like that. I don't think the sten works properly. Maybe we just won't use the sten. Yeah, I tried doing this, and I thought this was the correct way to use it. The sten appears to be a bit broken. Okay, so the sten doesn't work. But this mod is great. It's fun, but when it comes to actually... First of all, it makes the game very crashy. You have to be very careful not to make everything crash. And also, as I was sort of trying to show, we'll get our shotgun dude here. Here we go. He's got his pump action shotgun just to demonstrate. It's not actually all that interesting. Oh, hello. He survived a shotgun blast. Why is this guy now indestructible? Maybe it's the helmet. This guy shouldn't be indestructible. Okay, well apparently Kerbals are indestructible. Alright, so, is that the helmet that's making him indestructible? It must be, right? Let me swap to this guy. Kerbal inventory system. There we go. Take off the helmet. Remove that helmet. Okay, there we go. So, let's have a look now. Is it the helmet? Nope, Kerbals are just immune to these weapons, apparently. Yeah, so this mod is highly experimental to start off with. It turns out we can't even have infantry on infantry combat because Kerbals are apparently indestructible. Not sure what that's about. So, what we were thinking about doing, though, maybe in the next era, is since the naval war is sort of coming to an end, because I've almost captured all of Tape's port, so it's going to turn probably just into a full-on land war, is we might have infantry as defensive units. So, sort of, how do I put this? So, instead of using them as mainline units, obviously like they were in real life, the series is still going to be pretty much entirely vehicle-based. But in cities and in the open, etc., you can deploy, say, 4 infantry units instead of like a light tank or something. So they take up as that kind of thing, because of course these weapons do actually damage light tanks, etc. This shotgun probably not the best example. Did that even damage it? No, it didn't. Well, it shouldn't, because I mean it's got armor. This is the SM2 Mamba light tank, and usually you don't actually get a sense of scale for our tanks because we don't have infantry running next to them. But we certainly do here. Yeah, this shotgun isn't going to do anything to a tank, so we'll just put it away. But here we've got all the weapons that are roughly period appropriate, since we're in World War II at the moment. So we've got a Thompson submachine gun. Hopefully this will be a little more effective against this tank. Let's have a look. Yeah! Eat lead, tank! Whoa, that was surprisingly effective. We might have to nerf some of these weapons, actually. The submachine gun should... Whoa! Okay, so turns out the submachine gun can kill Kerbals. Boom! Okay, maybe it was just the shotgun that wasn't being effective for some reason. There we go, the more you know. Alright, and let's just... Yeah, this is the one thing that isn't period appropriate, which is 84 rocket launcher. It was introduced in the 1980s, but whatever, it looks kind of like a bazooka. I think it's good enough. Come on, you gonna let me fire it? It's not gonna let me fire it. Oh, no, there we go. So, what we might do is, in the next era, to spice things up a bit, since it's going to be entirely a land war, we think we're going to get rid of the naval launches, perhaps, double the amount of land launches, and allow infantry, sort of sections of infantry to be deployed, and then you could just use them in a defensive manner. So you can't, like, move them around like you can tanks and attack with them, but you can deploy them in and around cities and use them as defensive. Because you saw in the little opening thingamabobby, it is pretty cool, and they do work quite well to sort of ambush your armoured vehicles in close proximity. So, I don't know, like, it's pretty cool, but as I say, it makes the game very crashy, and it takes a lot of time to set up the infantry, and you certainly, it would take so much longer to make episodes if we used, like, these in massive numbers. However, in, you know, certain areas, it could be pretty cool, could make this season 3, I guess it would be a little more interesting, you know, when we go into late World War II. So tell us what you think. We're going to have a little scenario now. We're going to try and take a city from a bunch of entrenched infantry with a bunch of our light tanks.